It's Friday morning, I've just woken up, and a new One Piece chapter is out. The Iron Giant knocked down and Ethan right next to the Sunny. It's time for my live reaction to One Piece chapter 1118, Being Free. Let's get into it. We start off, cover page. We see Yamato finally leaving the Flower Capital. Can't believe it's only been 8 pages. But, yep, Yamato is off, crowd cheering. Maybe we'll finally see something a bit more interesting. And I do like that you can see a little straw hat flag just underneath the palace. What's it called? The palace? Whatever it is. Either way, let's get into the good stuff. We see... Oh, it's the Iron Giant collapsing on Navy ships, and they're saying all the members of the Navy jump overboard. Is that a metal creature? It's going to sink the ship. So we haven't really had a great idea of scale. I mean, we saw it compared to Luffy and Vegapunk, but yeah, it's quite a bit larger than the Navy ships, and it's just landed straight on them. Ooh, we're getting more of the transmission. So we see the transponder snail inside of the Iron Giant, which is now starting to sink underwater. It's like, and their name was, and then we get a thought bubble, a very spiky thought bubble saying, "Where are you?" I think that's implying that it's the Iron Giant thinking this. Where did you go, Joy Boy? I wanted our paths to cross. You were here, right, Joy Boy? How strange, how very strange. So, it did react to the Drums of Liberation, so we knew it had something to do with Joy Boy. Interesting that it seems to be sentient? I mean, people suggested that it was sentient, and before I started doing live reactions to chapters, when its eyes were glowing, it reminded me a lot of Zunisha, so... yeah. Alright, we see Top Man looming over all the Navy ships, confirming that it has been sunk, and the Navy are reacting to him now, saying, "What the hell is that? A giant boar, a mammoth? What's the deal with this crazy island?" I don't think he's a big fan of being seen, so I don't imagine this is going to end well for the Navy. Another transponder snail. Did something go wrong? He was cut off mid-sentence. What could have caused the broadcast termination? Now that I think about it, what could have killed a genius like Vegapunk in the first place? Is this a place we recognize? I'm seeing some sun-looking symbology on someone's cloak on the right, but it definitely looks like a bit more of a tribal-looking place, and everyone's clothes have got these very nice patterns on them. Cut over. Now we recognize this place. This is Alabasta. Don't tell me someone had killed him. He did say he committed grave sins, but the government wouldn't just erase him, would they? No way. No way. Remember what was happening before all this. Straw Hat Luffy was holding him hostage. This is obviously the work of those dastardly pirates. We cut over to another kingdom. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a kingdom with a giant cactus. I feel like that rings a bell. Oh wait, no. So, because I'm seeing a guy with a crown, and so I assume that's a king. But no, there was it's the guy. Are they in Alabasta? Sorry, it's the guy who wore a crown, Mr. Whatever he was. I think he was originally Vivi's partner, and we see who I think was that really the strong woman that like took on Zoro on the island with all the bounty hunters, which is escaping me right now. I think that's who is next to him. But it looks like he's got a baby who is also wearing a crown. So, good work. And so it really was Luffy land? We see Rebecca be like, nah mate, of course not. The Tontada, very easily persuaded. Yeah, we hear York. How many of you Vegapunk survived? So one of the 5 elders is talking to her. Vegapunks other than me. I just checked who's still interfacing with Punk Records. There's only 2 left. Edison is gone? I mean, he was in a bad shape, but he was... I guess the Labo phase collapsed on him when it got sliced in half by Ethan. So yeah, Lilith is still on the stratum and Atlas is down at the northeast coast. Shall we eliminate them? Yes, Punk Records appears to have programmed to function and grow even after the Stella's termination. We can benefit from it through York. The other two geniuses are nothing but loose ends. This is all the five elders communicating. More coughs that I'll need to cut out of the recording today. And it looks like Mars and Topman and Saturn, they're all running in different directions, probably to eliminate them. So these Straw Hat crew, you guys gotta get off this island. I keep calling them Vikings, the Giants. Look at their ship. That's a real Viking-ass ship, if I've ever seen one. But yes, they're all yelling, set sail, yeah, let's get out of here. Dory and Broggy and Luffy, we're hopping on. And they do, quite clumsily. But yes, everyone is on board. Well, everyone that wasn't on the Labo phase is now, or the Labo stratum, is now on the ship. Giants, Luffy, we see Bonnie reacting to Luffy, like, Luffy, with a smiley face. Whoa, so this is a Giant's ship. It's so huge. Where's Usopp? Isn't he here? What about Chopper? Perspective. Okay, no, so Luffy, there's a bit of a shot where Luffy is like much larger than Frankie and Sanji. And it was tripping me out for a second. My brain was like, hang on. Okay, so Luffy is standing very close to the camera, for lack of a better term, and Frankie and Sanji are talking to Dory and Broggy. But it made Luffy, is like, is Luffy getting bigger now that he's awakened to his sun god form? But no. Damn it all, chase them down. There's no way we can let them escape when we have this many battleships. The Giants are too tough. Are you two going to be okay? Looks like Bonnie's done her work. And that's actually so cute. Vice Admiral Doll, Body, that bitch. That's very, very cute. And Vice Admiral Bluegrass, now looks like she's about 10. But she's also transformed, Bonnie's also transformed the mechanized sea giraffe. And it's so cute. It's so frustrating to be rendered helpless like this. Her ability is incredible. That's really cute. I love the mechanized sea giraffe being shrunk to a tiny, tiny size. You Marines are going to be in hot water for letting me get away. Bonnie is celebrating. She also looks huge. There's a lot of perspective shenaniganery going on here. Oimo is mocking Kashi. He's like, oh, you look pretty beaten up. He does not look like he's in a good state. But Luffy remembers their names, which is nice. Sanji here, we've successfully set off. Nami, how's it looking up there? She's saying back to him, we'll be right behind him. Straw Hat, I've been itching to see you again. That's Oimo, I'm assuming, because Kashi looks like he's going, don't talk to me. I've been beaten up. We'll be able to launch into the ocean thanks to Edison, but we may need you guys' help to help us land safely. Of course, Nami-san, Robin-chan, and Lilith-chan are my top priority. Yes, thank you, Sanji. Even if you sink, nothing could stop me from rescuing you ladies. And Usopp is, oi, mate, why not save everyone? And Frankie's like, I'll make sure the ship isn't damaged. Stop forgetting. Usopp, stop forgetting about the rest of us. Yeah, Sanji, come on. Oh, something's coming from above. It looks like Mars is going and attacking the giant ship. And he can fly, so, well, that does not bode well. Is he just going to be dogging them for however long? Another elder. They're really coming after us now. Sanji's kind of sick of it. We see the giant ship's chef or cook, and Luffy's having the time of his life hoeing into an enormous piece of meat. This is a dream come true for him. The captain's warned me about your appetite. That's why I had a bunch of food ready, but I wasn't planning on serving this all in one go. Luffy's like, sorry, gotta fill up now. Gotta just cook some more later. Go gya gya. That's a laugh. Go gya gya. You really eat a lot, don't ya? And Marcus Mars is firing a fire beam, and the giants say, protect the little people. It's like, oi now. Protect tiny little children. Protect the small ones. They need protecting. Bjorn. Of course, one of them is called Bjorn and Sig, so I'm sure that's short for Sigmund. You guys hanging in there, put out the flames. We can't let the sails catch fire, so Marcus has managed to set a bit of the ship ablaze. The Marines are all seeing the five elders. Is that a bird monster? I owe you one. Thanks for having our backs, giants. And he is set on fire. Poor Bjorn/Sig. Let's move Vegapunk and Daddy. The Bonnie is moving Vegapunk, and Kuma is there and obviously not in good shape. Yeah, they'll burn, and Atlas is saying, I'll carry them. Guess there's no ignoring these monsters. If they can fly, they can chase us to the ends of the world. And Mars is saying, not a single one of you will be permitted to escape. And Frankie reacts, it's another earthquake. All right, my belly's full. Let's go. Is the earthquake Luffy transforming? I think it is. Marines, no way. Is what we heard, are the sea levels still really rising? No, it's just Luffy. Bonnie, and she says, wow, Nika. And classic Luffy is like, look, I have no idea who you're talking about. Like, what's a Nika? I haven't been listening to any of this transmission or anything. I've been running from a giant ball monster. The giants can hear his heartbeat, and they're like saying, it's a festive beat. He can't both dance around like this, you blockhead. He's got to put out the fires. Sanji's got a big question mark, so I guess Nika's drumbeat is like a giant festivity tune. I wonder if when we go to Elbaf, we'll hear the quote-unquote drums of liberation from some sort of festival happening on Elbaf. Luffy, come on, don't you want to blow these guys out of the water? And Bonnie says, I couldn't keep up with you in that form. And Luffy's saying, of course you can. I don't know how your powers work, but I'm sure you've got this. And there's a flashback to him saying, oh, that's just how I look when I'm totally free. And Bonnie, we all suspected this was going to be something she could do. Distorted future, give me a... Oh, that's sweet. We see Kuma. You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well. And Bonnie is saying, give me a future where I'm totally free. And she's transformed into a copy of Nika. It kind of just looks like a female Luffy, to be blunt. And that's the spirit Bonnie. He's almost in the same pose as when he first did Gear 5, but that's very impressive. She looks back, yeah. I do like, instead of like, give me a Nika-ish future, she's saying, give me a future where I'm totally free. And actually, the implications of that line, I'm just like, is there a bit of Nika in all of us if everyone is totally free? But no. And we see, where do I go first? Because this is like a section of the page and there's stuff above and below it. I think in order. So, Bonnie, I'm totally free. Where I'm totally free. And that's the spirit Bonnie. Luffy is reacting. The giants look thrilled. And we see 2 beats of the drums of liberation. And she looks back and she's like, yeah. And the 5 elders, I sense something amiss. We must hurry. What the hell are they? Whoa, 2 Nikas. And Bonnie's celebrating. I did it. They've become albino giants. Mars doesn't look pleased. And Luffy saying, let's do this. And beneath the water, 2 sounds of the drums of liberation seem to have awoken the giant once more. And we see, there you are. And chapter 1118, and doesn't look like there's a break next week. Okay, so that's a good chapter. There's not too much to analyze. Although, I said that, I'm not sure, I didn't say that last week, but like I missed Don Krieg and Gin and Pearl in the background of a panel last week, so let me give it a quick read through. It's a pretty straightforward chapter for once. There isn't too much running about or going around the world. We see a bit of Alabaster and we see some familiar characters. We do see what we suspected, that some people would think that Luffy was responsible because, you know, the government, or was it the government or was it the World Economic Journal? I think it was the World Economic Journal said that Luffy had taken Vegapunk hostage. I'm just checking the background of all the panels. We don't see, aside from Usopp's face and a brief panel of Nami, I don't see, there's a wide shot of this Sunny, and you see like a little shadow in one of the clouds, but Ethan didn't disappear. Like, he should theoretically be nearby, right? So, but we don't see him. We don't know what the situation is up there just yet. Hey, it's pretty straightforward. 5 elders now splitting themselves between the Sunny and the giant ship, trying to stop them still from leaving the island now that they think the Iron Giant is out of commission, which thankfully it doesn't seem to be, because we've got 2 drums of liberation sounding. We got confirmation of a theory that I saw banging around, which was that Bonnie was going to be able to transform into a copy of Nika, which she can. And yeah, Iron Giant still not out of the picture. And the only other detail is, and their name was. So if we take a look at the chapter from last week, and I'm going to zoom to the end, within you there is a blank. Oh, that's interesting. In the English translation, in the official English translation, they just say there is a. So I think that implies there is a traitor or a false D or something like that. So yeah, always remember to read the official translations. Those who bear the name of D. This is last week. Those who bear the name of D, within you there is a blank. Though, no, actually, sorry, D. They're reacting to the name D. And now in this chapter, and their name was blank. So, with that complete sentence, those who bear the name of D, within you there is a blank, and their name was blank. And their name was blank. So that's an interesting continuation of that sentence. So within you there is a lot of people were thinking there might be like a traitor or a imposter or something this, that, or the other, though I don't think more in Japanese mixed up or, fit into any of those. Unless it was the particle for also. Okay. Within you there's also a traitor and their name was, or an imposter and their name was something. So that is something to take into consideration. It is talking, their name was. So maybe they're talking ancestrally, like it could be Vegapunk. So we know there was a betrayal, and lots of people are thinking that Imu was a betrayer within the D clan. So could that be it? That, and their name was, and it's going to reveal the real name of Imu, or maybe it's going to be Nefertari Lily. Like amongst you there was royalty, and their name was the Nefertari family, or something like that. I'll leave that to the One Piece theorizers, and that's it. Seemed like a very short chapter. Maybe it's just One Piece always feels like it's got short chapters because I always go through it so quickly. Yep, alright, that's it. That's all I can glean. I'll leave it for the people that do this for a living to draw a lot more insight from these pages. Either way, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!